All right, we're live there. Just give me a few seconds here to get it up and rolling, and we should be good to go in a little bit. I kind of wish they didn't make you wait to have to like find everything.
Yeah, you have to do it
Yeah.
simultaneously.
All right, now we are live. Take it away, sir.
You like the Roquan Smith background? Okay, I see it. Okay.
The last semblance of this team I want to look at for like 6 months. So
well, we'll see. All right, Baltimore Ravens, they lose a heartbreaker 24-26 in Pittsburgh in Week 18, eliminating themselves from postseason contention officially after a long and just roller coaster year, I think, for this Ravens team. So let's talk about it. I mean, welcome back to our final Ravens post-game live stream for the last time in 2025. So we won't be doing another video like this until the next season, which will be
2026.
Yeah. Well, that's 2025 season.
Oh, yeah. 2025, 2026 season. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, this was a crazy game. I mean, do the Ravens deserve to be here? No. Can we point fingers to a lot of people on why this team lost the game? I mean, you can, but at the end of the day, guys, they're just not a good team. I mean, 8-9, losing season for the first time in 7 years. No, 10 years, honestly, 2015. And that was the last time. And I think this team is arguably worse than that one because that team was just decimated by injuries. This team is just bad. They're just bad, man. The defense just couldn't hold up. Offensively, just so super inconsistent, and there's just a variety of things that happened in this game. Tyler Loop misses the potential game winner at the very end, 44 yards. You could point it at him. The defense, the offense that went to sleep for the first the entirety of quarters 2 and 3, pretty much. And as I said, the defense, who had a decent first half, but struggled to get the last couple stops, as we've seen in the past few years. So, lots of the same trends, but we're here to talk about it. I'm pretty much over the game. I really wasn't that angry when they lost because it's like I've seen this before. And what can I really expect with a team going in at 8-8 with the same issues that we've been discussing for the past year, honestly? So at least it was an entertaining game, entertaining season. Starting at 1-5, you thought we were going to be, watching meaningless football by this time. So at least we get to watch meaningful football for the entire season. But it still sucks. They're out. They're officially in off-season mode now, looking to next year. But before we talk about that, we're going to talk about this game. As you know, I was in attendance. It was absolutely insane. The ending was crazy. But yeah, what a season for the whole NFL. I mean, so many crazy games. But we'll talk about this one before we move on to any other stuff, because I know there's a lot of conversation to be had and a lot of uncertainty for this Baltimore team. But Dom, how you doing tonight? And were you just jumping up and down, or I don't know what I'm saying. Were you going crazy last night?
I was. And the funny thing is, I was getting over the flu, as you know. So I don't know if like the game brought back some juice in my fight against the flu, but it kind of did, because while I was watching the game, I forgot I even had it for 3 hours. So thank you, football, for doing that. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it was an entertaining game. It was. I mean, we knew what it was going to be, right? It's AFC North football. Like, you knew it was going to be back and forth. You knew it was between two teams with a storied rivalry, that is the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I mean, you knew what it was going to come down to. It was going to come down to who could make the play to win the game. And that we didn't make the play, unfortunately. So
I mean, we rarely do.
Yeah. I mean, but when you thought the one time they might, they don't. And I think that's I mean, it hurts. It's always going to hurt to lose in that fashion, to lose in that way. But like you said, I mean, there's a lot of factors you could point to in this game that led to this point. I mean, the offense fell asleep, like you said, for 2 quarters. The defense.
Oh, we're losing you.
Can you still hear me? Hello.
All right. Yes, now you're good. We were losing you for a second.
Sorry about that. Yeah, make sure my Wi-Fi.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
So stable, folks. Sorry, but like you said, the defense fell asleep for 2 quarters. I mean, sorry, not the defense. The offense fell asleep for 2 quarters. I mean, you can't do that. You put up 10, and then you put up nothing else after the fact. And I guess I have to give credit. Well, I will give credit to the Pittsburgh Steelers for adjusting to this Ravens offense in those 2 quarters and wreaking havoc. They kept themselves in that game. And as I kept seeing the offense go off the field and I see the Steelers dominate the time of possession, I'm sitting here like, oh God, this game, we are in trouble because we cannot get down the field 3 and outs. It just was not looking good. So you look at that. You look at that defense in the 4th quarter. Couldn't stop a cold with some Tylenol, with some emergency, with that vitamin C. They couldn't stop. They couldn't stop nothing in that 4th quarter. So it was back and forth in that 4th quarter. And when you feel as though the offense does just enough, when you see Lamar lead 3 legacy drives to win that game, it comes down to a kick that unfortunately Tyler Lute misses. So, I mean, wow, if that doesn't really like sum up the season in full, that we can't have a daggone thing go our way, I don't know what else does. I feel as though the end to that game was the knot in the bow. Like that really just finished off what is and what has been the 2025-2026 Baltimore Ravens season. It's been bad. It's been filled with a hole. It's been ups and downs. Like that game, the Ravens were up and they were down. Then they came back up. Then they went back down. Like that this game summed up our season in total. Like it just I don't know. I mean, I'm numb to it at this point. I feel like they keep finding ways to break our heart. Like it's a new way every year. Like they're so creative with it. Like you got to give them credit at this point. They get so creative with how they can just break our hearts every single year. They just find a new way. It's crazy. It's really crazy to think about it like that. But here we are. Season's over.
I'm just kind of done with it. It's this season has been kind of like hanging by a thread for the past couple of weeks.
And you're absolutely right.
I'm kind of relieved to just be done watching this because it's just so frustrating. Just watch us do the same thing. Yeah, you could summarize the whole season in this game. I mean, the Ravens came out firing in week 1 on Sunday Night Football against the Bills. You could show that in the first drive of the Steelers game. I mean, went right down the field, went 4 on 4th down, touchdown, Tez Walker. Very good start to the game. Then they go to sleep and fall apart and look absolutely terrible. Go to 1 and 5. Then they come back and they give you hope. We go to 6 and 5, first place in the division, and then they go back down again. Come back up at the end with a touchdown to Zay, and then they give it up another one. Right back to Rodgers and the Steelers, and we're down in the dumps. And then the season ends on a Lute miss, fitting for this entire season. This game was a perfect story of how this season went. Actually, honestly, we've been saying that a lot about some of the games, but this one literally is.
It's the definition of how this season went for the Ravens.
You could write an essay on that and just compare the two, and it's
insane, isn't it? Like this wasn't this like the fairy tale ending to how this all could have went down. Like the way, like you said, you come out hot, you score a touchdown to Devontae Walker, who gets that time with Rashad Bateman out due to illness, and then you go up 10-0. You let the Steelers hang around for way too long, which is for some reason our recipe. The way we do it, we just let the Steelers hang around for way too long. We don't adjust to their adjustments, and then, I mean, at that point, they get right back in the game. Then the next thing we know, they're up 13-10. Because we haven't answered anything they've done. And then at that point, it's just now we're in a dogfight in the 4th quarter to try to save our lives to continue this season. And I mean, the offense finally wakes up. They put on some 5 hour, they took some 5 hour energy, finally wake up, and then they do everything you need them to do in the 4th quarter. Like they score 2 touchdowns. And then the clutch drive in the end, Lamar converts. First of all, that first touchdown was freaking insane, by the way. I'm not the first one to Devontae's, but the first
As
one.
much as I want to praise the offense, I get it. Spectacular plays by Lamar. That was phenomenal. Return to MVP form and all that. But this team cannot sustain drives. I mean, after the first drive, they could not hold a drive. They got a short field off the tush push, stopping the tush push from fourth down. They only drove it 10 yards. And then they got called for holding. I mean, we needed soul-snatching drives where you take the ball and you hold on to it for 10-plus minutes, or, maybe not that long, but 5, 8, 9, 7, 6, minute drives to really just wear down the defense for the Steelers. And we couldn't do it. But it seemed like the Steelers were doing that to us. So while we were doing a nice job scoring quickly, we were putting our defense right back on the field, and they just could not get that game-winning stop. So that's been an issue with this team all year. The drives, you gotta sustain drives, and they have not done that at all this year. They've shown fragments of it, but the consistency it's just not there. And
what causes that though?
The inconsistency?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how you just cannot build on things that you've done in the past. I mean, that's how you find rhythm. Okay? I don't know what you're doing in practice. I don't know what you're doing game to game. I don't know how you fix this. This is like deep philosophical things that you cannot just fix overnight, in my opinion, which is why I think you should move on from a lot of things, a lot of people this year. But that's a whole different topic to talk about. We'll talk about the offseason wrap-up and who we should move on for, fixes for the Ravens, what they need to target. But I don't know. I mean, it's just I don't know how you can come out here and start the game how you did and then just go to sleep. It's a lack of adjustments. That's probably what it is. And the coaching staff just does not do a good job adjusting. And that's probably one of the reasons why we just cannot find any consistency. I mean, they get this game plan all set up, and they're like, okay, we're ready for the game. And then the other team makes adjustments, and they don't know what to do. And it's a little too late by the time they do make their adjustments. So, like we said, they didn't score another point until 8:42 left in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, it's just not going to win you games. And you let the Steelers hang around, like you said, and they were winning at the time, 13-10. Imagine if you could have kept going. Imagine if you kept sustaining drives and getting more points, and you could have built a pretty sufficient lead going into halftime as opposed to it only being 10-3. I mean, they're just not – this is what they've done all season. I mean, look at the games in the past. The Patriots, they jump out 7-0, and then they go right to sleep, don't score again until – they don't get a touchdown until the fourth quarter. I mean, there's just no consistency. They don't want to extend their leads. They don't know how to make their adjustments, and we saw that yet again tonight on the offensive side. So, yeah, Lamar, I'm very happy about how he did, how he responded, but it was not all good. It was some pretty bad stuff going on in the second and third quarter. Lamar was missing throws. There were a couple drops. There was pressure. There was holding calls that were absolutely gut-wrenching. The Linderbaum one to stop the Lamar Jackson 20-yard run to get him inside the 20-yard line, up 10-3, was huge. It backed him up out of field goal range, and they ended up punting. I mean, the penalties were abysmal last night. But, offensively, Derrick Henry was fine. Yeah, go ahead, jump in.
I was going to say, I think what all you're saying is that the Ravens lack the ability all season to play complementary football. I think
and make adjustments.
Yeah, I think that's
complementary football. I agree. I was going to go into that later, but yeah, I think the adjustments thing, and that's on the coaching staff. They don't adjust their surroundings. They get punched in the mouth. They don't have a counter for it. They see something that's a little bit different than what they planned for. They fall apart. The floor falls out from under them.
Yeah, so, I think that's a big issue, and it needs to be addressed going into next season. I mean, you can't not play consistent complementary football and expect to be a beast in the postseason. That's just not going to happen against these teams who can adjust on the fly, who can counteract, who can parry what you're punching with, if you know what I mean. Like, the Steelers were able to do that. They were able to counteract what we were doing to get those free points. Well, not free points, but to get those first points in the first quarter. And that's what they kind of disguised their coverages a little bit, hitting us with different stunts, defensively, getting more pressure on Lamar. Offensive line got pushed back a decent amount in this game, which we knew they were going to be a focal point. They were going to be a main point of emphasis in order for the game to be a success. You were going to need them to play their best ball last night, and they did not. There was a lot of pressure toward Lamar, some bad penalties. Like you said, that Linderbaum penalty was crucial. It was just gut wrenching to see that because it backed us up. I think that was that 2nd and 15 off a great run by Lamar, who hadn't really been running all year. So it's just a lack of consistency when it comes to complimentary football. Like the offense and defense are never usually clicking in the same game, like at the same time. Like you'll have brief stints of the offense playing well, and then the defense is like, and then the defense wants to play really, really well, but then the offense can't put up a point to save its life. So it's just the lack of that and the lack of being able to really counteract what the other team is doing, our lack of adjustments. And that really came to haunt us in this game. I think this is just another example of the Ravens team being outcoached when it matters. Defensively, the Steelers were able to just really knock us out of rhythm for 2 whole quarters. 2 whole quarters, they were able to knock us out of rhythm. Like, that's just unacceptable.
You can't find it. They couldn't ever recover. It was crazy. They could frustrating not to watch.
And then you couldn't put up on any points until the 4th quarter. Now, obviously, you were still in the game, right, at that time, because you're only down 3. So you're still in the game. But the fact that you couldn't even put up points until the 4th quarter is damning. It's very, very damning, because if you were able to score while your defense was holding them for as long as they were holding them, Lord knows, you could have maybe been up 20-3 at a certain point. Who knows, right? Like if you could
that were just untimely penalties. I want to hear your thoughts on those holding calls. Like Falele got called for holding on, I think it was the one he got hurt, and then Emory Jones had to come in for a second.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Tyler, I got to go back to the Tyler Linderbaum one. I mean, dude, he wasn't even near Lamar. I can't believe that they saw that and called it. Those refs. Scott, what's this guy's name? Scott Fitzgerald. Is that the dude? Is that the guy's name? Oh, I can't stand him. He screws us every chance we get. He's the guy. If you guys don't know who that is, he called the the Ravens versus Chiefs AFC Championship game 2 years ago.
Sean Smith.
They were calling the most egregious crap in the beginning, like the on the Henry 50-yard run. They called holding on Zay or some illegal block.
No, it was an illegal block in the back. It was a backside block.
Ridiculous.
And it wasn't even really a call. Like the ref said, not the ref said, but the announcers are even saying, yeah, that's not even a flag. That's not what that flag is.
How can you be so petty and call stuff like that? But then at the end of the game, when the guy got leverage on the field goal block, they don't call that. So you're going to be you see everything apparently, but you don't see stuff like that.
My thing is too, what is the point of replay assist if you can't correct those calls on the field? Like, I don't understand the point. Like, you're going to show us the replay, but that doesn't, like, you can't call that back. Like, I'm going back to the Zay play where he had the quote unquote illegal block. Like, it's replaying. You see that it was not an illegal block. Like, does the rules not apply that you can't take the call back or pick up the flag on the play? Like, what is the point of replay assist other than to piss us off? Like, I'm still trying to figure that out, because
the officiating seems to just make up rules on their own when it comes to that. I just don't understand where they're going with this, what direction they're going with. Because it seems like they review stuff when they want to, but other times they just move on with the game. So I don't know.
The Linderbaum play, he did hold, I will say.
But he was out of the play completely, and it wouldn't have mattered.
He didn't even have to do it, though. That's the crazy thing. It was an unnecessary thing for him to do. He didn't have to do that to that guy. He chose to do it. So that's why, and the refs called it. It's him in the middle singular lane, right? And Lamar is rushing behind him to his left. And he finds a lane to Linderbaum's left. All Linderbaum has to do is be a body to guard Lamar. That's it. He doesn't have to hold the dude. So that, I mean, you got to.
I get it, but if you're going to nitpick at the end of the game too. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to nitpick and look for
I
stuff,
agree. I don't disagree
then
with
you need to be consistent. That's all.
I
And I
don't
don't feel like
disagree
that they did anything like that. It was just another officiating, just garbage that I was so irritated after that. And I just didn't. I was kind of like off the game a little bit, just sitting there like, wow. Like the refs are going to completely take over this game for Pittsburgh. I was so furious at the time. I remember, but I guess he did hold. But if you're gonna, like I said, last thing on this, because I'm not going to blame the refs for this loss. If you're going to nitpick, then nitpick for the other team as well.
I agree.
You got to be consistent.
I agree because you have to be a balance.
And they called that penalty on the Ravens been the first matchup for unnecessary roughness on the long snapper. But Ben Skoranek literally uses leverage to jump over our long snapper, touches him, and they don't call a penalty. So if you're not going to call it, fine. But why did you call it in the first game? And what Travis Jones did wasn't even a penalty.
No, they actually called
it. And then the NFL went out and said, we're sorry.
They apologized for that, which is crazy.
So I just want consistency, and I hope that is something that the NFL works on next year. Because there is some very controversial stuff happening. But anyway.
We can hope for it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think this game just came down to who was going to make the right play at the right time. And we thought the Ravens were the ones to do it in the end of the game. And unfortunately, and I just want to touch on, now that I'm bringing that up, I want to touch on Loop real quick. Listen, I fully understand why we are upset. Right? Like, I get it. Like the offense, they're scoring. Lamar converts a crazy 4th and 7 to get that team to get the Ravens in field goal range to win the football. Boswell, first of all, let's scratch for that first. Boswell misses an extra point. He hasn't done that all year.
2 years, actually.
2 years, sorry. He hasn't done that in 2 years. You think the football gods are finally on our sides for once, the way Boswell missed that extra point. And I'm thinking, holy crap, the Ravens have a chance. 55 seconds, 3 timeouts. Like, they could do. And then Keaton Mitchell with a great kick return. I mean, to set up the Ravens for success. He gets us close to midfield, if not at midfield. All the Ravens need is like 2 first downs to get in range. And then all of a sudden, a Ronnie Stanley penalty wipes out a play. So now you're back.
Why are you not running the ball right there on 2nd and what, 1 or 2? You had 3 timeouts.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
They almost lost the game right then and there if it wasn't for Isaiah Likely's crazy catch on 4th down.
Crazy catch.
I mean, you had a 2nd and 2, and it became a 4th and 7. I'm like, the game is over.
Like, it's a 4th and 7, right? And we're thinking, holy crap, 21 seconds left. 4th
I
and
thought
7.
the game was done. At that point, I'm like, there's no way. And Lamar, you skipped a big detail on 3rd and 7. Lamar is running and holding the ball and not throwing the first down. He's trying to hold the ball, getting spun around by Herbig, and throws it underhand out of bounds after doing a 360. That could have been easily intercepted. I mean, you guys twirl around and try to throw a ball straight. That could have gone right to the Steelers.
Right.
And by then, I'm like, okay. So we have frittered away our entire drive because of a penalty. And then, it was 2nd down and 7 that Lamar decided to try to lead Hopkins or something at the field.
Yeah. Because Hopkins was standing right there at like ahead of the first down marker.
And he just throws it up.
And he just I don't know what that was. And then I think the 3rd down play was the twirl around, right?
Yes. Holding the ball, running outside the pocket, not throwing it away, waiting until he's about to get sacked. I mean,
And so that would have been tragic if he did get sacked, because that would have backed him up a lot.
Or if he threw a pick doing something silly, because it could have easily.
It could have been. And then you get the 4th and 7, 20-something seconds left, game on the line. You go for it, and Lamar drops back. Isaiah Likely gets free, and by the grace of God, he catches the football to convert a first down to get the Ravens in position to win the game. I'm thinking
20-yard game.
On a 20-yard game, I'm thinking the game is over. I'm thinking it's GG's. I'm like, holy crap. we just won this game. You know what I mean? And and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you must have got PTSD with Tucker. If we had Tucker, probably we would have won the game.
Oh,
but Loop has just not gotten the chances. I don't know if the Ravens fully trust Loop either, because they don't send him out for long field goals. They don't send him out for clutch kicks either. Like,
with Loop, he's been green from 40 and 40 plus for a minute now. He's been
yards and under, right? Has it been 50 yards and under? He's been.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the high pressure kicks, remember, we thought we were going to get one in the Cleveland game, but Mark Andrews ended up running it all the way for a touchdown. Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
He really never got
the tornado or the hurricane play, I think.
Right. He's not gotten, at least from what I can remember, he's not really gotten an opportunity for these pressure kicks. So this was like, and what a time for your first pressure kick to win the whole damn AFC North or go home and lose. And I don't know. People are furious with Loop today. Like, and obviously, I don't condone that because some people are, you know how fans get. They get super emotional. They start messaging the player.
It gets too much. Though. It gets too much.
At the same time, there's people that want Loop fired, like Cundiff. Remember how Cundiff got released right after the AFC Championship in 2011? So people are feeling the same way. Me personally, I'm not. I don't know, man. I don't feel like I know a lot. I don't trust Loop like I did for Tucker when he was really, really good. But that's not because of anything he's done this year. It's just because I haven't seen him be used. I mean, it's either we were losing a lot of games early on where the field goals were irrelevant, or we were actually, holding leads, 10-point leads in the fourth quarter. Instances where we need touchdowns at the end of the game. So we really weren't able to see Loop in these high-pressure situations. So this does not obviously help his case with his first one being shanked wide right. I mean, it just was a shank. That's what it was. Yeah, I mean, shout out to him for interviewing at the end of the game. He said that he knew as soon as that hit off of his boot, it was no good. He hit it under a different lace than he should have, and he knew it as soon as he hit it. So it's like, yeah, shanks happen. People miss. People make mistakes. I get it. But, I think personally – for Tyler Loop, I don't care what they do, but I do think if they do keep him around, I think they definitely should bring in somebody in training camp just to give him sort of a competitor, somebody to compete against, just, not necessarily to overthrow him, but to make him better, to strive to be better at what he's doing. I think they need to work on the deep kicks because he's been struggling with those a little bit. He's been pretty good under the short circumstances, like you said, but I don't know. I'm not one of these get rid of Loop right now. I mean, if they want to do it, I'm fine with it. I really don't care. I think there's a lot more deeper problems this football team has than their field goal kicker that need to be addressed, aka defense and trenches. But I don't know. What do you think about Loop? Should you get rid of him? Is it like a Cundiff situation? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Listen, man. I think with Loop, first of all, Loop, man, you still got fans in us, man. I just don't. We're not against you here. Listen, Loop came into this team already under a whole heck of a lot of pressure, right? Like you're coming in to replace who we all knew as the greatest kicker of all time and Justin Tucker, right? So you're coming in and not really trying to be him, but to set a new standard in Baltimore for this special teams unit, right? You weren't trying to be him. You were trying to be you. And that's what we wanted. We just wanted you to be you. And, he came in and he won the job. Remember, folks, there was a competition in training camp. It was between him and another kicker, and Loop won out the competition.
He had some good ones against the Cowboys preseason and the Commanders in the Week 3 game. There were some nice kicks, like deep ones too, like 55 plus.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a bad kicker. I just think that he's young. I think that he's young, and this is just something that he's going to have to sit with, unfortunately. Now, I see both sides to the argument, folks. I'm not trying to just give him leeway in the situation. Do I think he should have made the kick? Yes, of course I do. As a fan, of course I wanted him to make the kick.
Yeah.
We all wanted him to make the kick. That's just what it is, but that's not what happened. Like, he's young. He's going to learn from this. He's going to get better. Like, he's going to work his tail off. Let's be real. It's probably eating at him right now that he missed that kick. It has been 24 hours removed from that moment. It's probably tearing him up inside in this moment right now that he missed that kick.
I also think that the fans that are saying that Lou should be cut immediately, we forget that we had Justin Tucker in, 2012. That was his first year. It wasn't, at the time, there weren't a lot of kickers like Justin Tucker. Nowadays, it feels like every kicker in the league almost has a chance of drilling a 60-yarder, 59, 58, 57-yarders. I mean, Justin Tucker was doing those before anyone else got caught up in doing that. See how Chris Boswell is for the Steelers? I know he missed, but he's still really good.
I mean, look at Cam.
We had him before everyone else had him. We were making kicks that no one else was doing. And I feel like that we're taking that a little bit for granted just because of the success that we had. We didn't used to hold our breath for field goals because we knew Justin was going to make it. Like, you get him in range, he's nailing it. Absolutely nailing it. Like, you won the game. Like you were saying earlier, I thought we won the game when Isaiah caught that pass. If this was 2016 or 15 or whatever, that's a dub because Tucker was definitely making it. 40 yards? Oh, yeah, heck yeah. In Pittsburgh, too, he loved kicking there. So it's like, I think I don't care what the direction the Ravens go. I'm not going to sit here and say you have to keep Tyler Loop, but I don't think that you should immediately jump to conclusions. I'm fine with whatever Baltimore does. Special team mess. I do think one thing I do need to say on Tyler Loop, the kicks out of bounds, that has got to be cleaned up. He is kicking too many of these out of bounds, especially in the worst moments, right after we score and need a stop, and you kick it out of bounds. And I'm like, this is not the first time. He's been doing this all year. So that's got to be cleaned up. So I don't know, but enough of that. Anything you want to?
I was just gonna say to finish off the Loop conversation. Listen, like I said, he's young. He's young. He's gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen. I'm not taking that away from him. He will learn from this, but also he has to understand that this is not going to be his only big kick in his career.
If he remains with the Ravens.
If he's still with the Ravens, this is not going to be the last chance that you get at a big kick loop. Like, you're going to have a lot of these moments where we're going to be depending on you to get us the win, to take us to the promised land. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get used to that pressure. You have to get used to that. You have to get used to that mounting carry that, like, you have to get used to that. You know what I mean? This is the National Football League, man. Like, those big kicks are going to come. Like, we're going to need you. You know what I mean? So, and I agree with the kickoffs as well. Like, he has to clean that up as well. You can't have those kickoffs going out of bounds. I think he led the league in that this year.
Oh, gross.
He's gonna have to clean that up. So, yeah, so with Loop, man, listen, don't send him any threats. Stop trying to threaten him, his family, it's not that deep. It is football. It happens. He's not the first kicker to miss a big kick in a big game. He won't be the last kicker to miss a big kick in a big game. It happens, bro. Like, you just have to let this it happened. It's the past now. He will work on it this offseason. So give him some leeway. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And to Judy Harris, he is not the only one that are having a bad time right now. It's his job to kick the ball. Judy, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's having a bad time right now.
I agree.
It's his job to kick that football.
I'm not saying, we're not saying there's any excuse to make that, because, like, the other side of the point I was making, everybody's making long kicks now. It's like the standard to make 50-plus yarders. If you're not making it, then you're not a good kicker. So, he's got to step it up. He really does. And this was a really, really bad time for that. What was that? Did you guys hear that? Okay, that must have been something from outside. So, he's got to work on stuff. But me personally, I'm just not going to sit here and blame this all on him. While, yes, you need to make the kick. I get it. There's a lot of factors to point to, and I think we should transition to defense on why we needed a Tyler Luke field goal in the first place. 2 straight. Anything else on that, Dom, before we go on?
No, I think I touched on that.
2 tries to get the win. You had Zay Flowers score 2 late touchdowns. And this defense gets yet another opportunity to close the game, and they cannot get a stop. They get dog-walked again at the end of a football game. I mean, we've seen it all year. The Bills did it. The Patriots did it. The Packers were well on their way of doing it if Malik Willis doesn't get hurt. And I'm sure there's countless more. I mean, we can go back to last year. You go back to other years, too. I mean, this defense lacks killer instincts. Okay, Zachary Orr's defense cannot get a stop. The Browns game from last year. I could go on and on. If I sat down, I'm not going to go through and handpick anymore. But I could, and I could make a laundry list of it. This defense plays not to lose every freaking time at the end of the game. They don't got a pass rush. We know that. They've done nothing to upgrade it. And it's just so frustrating to see us play so conservative and not get up in the face of a non-DK Metcalf-led offense. Their wide receivers were Calvin Austin, Adam Thielen, and Scotty Miller, and MVS. And we're giving them 5-10 yards of space. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Chidobe Awuzie toasted on the slant and go at the end of the game. Trips over himself. And I know he's had a good season for us. He's been very helpful. But the moments like that, where there's just wide open people running free late in games, it's unacceptable. It's a disgrace to the Baltimore Ravens franchise, to this organization, to play defense like this. So while a lot of people are fired up about Luke today, I'm fired up about this garbage defense that I've been watching for the 2025 Baltimore Ravens season. This defense is pathetic. It's pathetic. And you're like, oh, guys, you're being harsh. They only held the Pittsburgh Steelers to 3 points in the first half. I don't care because, like Dom said, there's no complimentary football being played here. So when the offense figures it out and the defense needs to close the game, wouldn't you be excited to go out there and close the game and steal the division right then and there? Why do you got to put your offense back out there? They could have closed it potentially after the first Zay touchdown. The Steelers were wasting their timeouts like it was nothing. After the second Zay Flowers touchdown, and the Steelers, I know for sure, had no timeouts. It was like just over 2 minutes. And they had all three, nothing, no timeouts. They go right down the field. I mean, how? And what's funny is how are you playing off the receivers, yet you're still allowing chunk plays? I don't get it. Zachary Orr has not been the answer for this defense. And maybe it's not all his fault because the Bishotti and Eric DeCosta did not invest in pass rush. We know that. But it's just a terrible situation. You hire a guy that has never coached as a defensive coordinator before. It's a team that's a Super Bowl contender. You're trying an experiment, in other words, with a team trying to win the Super Bowl. This is not a zero-win team trying to rebuild. You're experimenting with a team who's trying to win the Super Bowl, or so we thought. So I'm just over this defense, just choking away leads. Tyler Huntley had a 10-point lead in the Patriots game. Defense, close the game. No, get dog walked, 2 more touchdowns allowed at the end of the game. When are we gonna get our mojo back? Because this is not Baltimore football. I don't know what the hell I'm watching. This defense is abysmal. And I don't care that Kyle Hamilton got out of the game with injury. I hope he's all right. I don't care. That's unacceptable. Because Kyle Hamilton's been in some of these games where we're choking leads, and it's not all him. He can't make the pass rush get after the quarterback. He can't make the people make tackles. Oh, God. Marlon Humphrey, I'm done. I'm finished. I thank you for staying in Baltimore, but respectfully, he's got to go. This man was missing every tackle. The Pittsburgh Steelers were throwing the ball to the running back, and we were missing every tackle. throws behind the line of scrimmage that were going for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus yards because we can't freaking make a tackle in week 18. I'm done. I'm over it. They could clean house a little bit on defense if they want to. Keep the cornerstone pieces, Nate Wiggins, Kyle Hamilton, and I don't know what's going to happen with Matabike. But, Travis Jones is going to be there too. But this team is atrocious on defense. So many missed tackles. And while you want to give them credit for playing hard in the first half, they did make a couple big stops, the touch push and, stopping them on the toss at the end of the first half. That's great. But if you can't make the key stops at the end of the game, I don't give a crap what you do in the rest of the game. Too many times have we seen this team not close the game. And it resurfaces yet again. Yet again. So that's it. I don't know what else you want me to say of this defense. I'm not going to go into details. We already know they suck on pass rush. There's no pressure on Rodgers. I think they got 1 sack. Congratulations. He's sitting back there chilling in a pool with his feet up with a coconut drink. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how delusional this coaching staff is to see that the product that they're putting on the field is good. But anyway, that's the one for me. That's last night is this defense not closing the game. So yeah, that one really, really, and I'm not going to sit here and say that was the main reason. That's just something that made me angriest out of all the factors because we should have even had to put Tyler Loop out there. If you could just make one damn stop. So,
I mean,
this is an every game thing. It's an every game thing all season. It's an every year thing. So I'm done watching it. I'm done looking at it. I'm done seeing this crap over and over again. What did you think of the defense? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, how am I supposed to enjoy it now? What was just said?
If you thought it was good, speak your truth.
No, but you're right. Yeah, the defense was abysmal for a good part of this year. Giving up points in bunches, not being everyone has their best day against us.
It's a get-right game. The Pittsburgh Steelers' best offensive games are against the Baltimore Ravens in 2025. Aaron Rodgers' best games are against us. They scored 6 against Cleveland. 6 points. Couldn't even get a touchdown. And we allowed 26. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm getting worked up again. It's pathetic.
You're passionate, man. That's fine. But no, you're right. And yeah, the Ravens are ass without Lamar, but let's talk about the Super Bowl winners, Jacksonville Jaguars. Jordan, y'all got to get there, man.
The Ravens are ass without Lamar. They ask him to do everything like it's 2021. Oh, go out and score again. Oh, did you score? I'll go score again. All right, go get a field goal. We can't stop him. I'm sorry. I guess you're paying him that much money to do that, but it'd be nice if you could just bolster the team up a little bit and take the pressure off Superman because he still did it, and they missed the damn field goal. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, man, I felt this way about the defense all year, bro. Like there's nothing about I've repeatedly come on this podcast and told you this defense needs to step up and step up immediately. And they have not been able to do that in big moments against these teams, against these type of teams, against the type of we're going to have to drag this win out and we're going to have to get a big stop at the end. Like, against these good competition teams, and they have not done that. We couldn't even get a turnover against this Pittsburgh Steelers team. It just goes to show you that this defense has not been ready for prime time for the past 2 years. And we have a lack of pass rush. When that lack of pass rush doesn't come, when that lack of pass rush comes, the secondary can only hold but so long if the quarterback has all day to throw. Like, that's our problem. And I said, when these good tenured quarterbacks, i.e. a Joe Burrow, i.e. an Aaron Rodgers, i.e. a Patrick Mahomes, when these quarterbacks come against this Ravens defense, they're going to slice and they're going to dice because our scheme can get out-schemed in 5 seconds. I kept saying that. And what happened? Rodgers beat us twice. twice because he outplayed this Baltimore Ravens defense. Like it happened time and time again. And we can't sack old man Rodgers. We sacked him one time yesterday. That's one time less. One time less. We didn't sack him at all in the first game. Like he dotted us up that first game with DK. DK had almost 150 on the day.
And he didn't have DK yesterday.
In that first game, he didn't have DK yesterday.
Passing.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, Zio. I think you're a great human being. I think you're a great guy. I don't think Eric DaCosta did you any justice in that regard in bolstering this defense when Madubuike went down. But my brother in Christ, it's time.
I honestly don't know if even Justin Madubuike was healthy, that this defense would. Justin Madubuike
probably not because
Nnamdi make tackles at linebacker.
Yeah, Nnamdi can only do so much. He can only do so much. He's one player on this team. When you need the guys around him to also do something, and so
the tackling just was. Oh my God, it was disgraceful.
Yeah,
Disgraceful. Watching it from where I was sitting up at section 531, so up in the nosebleeds, abysmal. Marlon Humphrey standing there flat-footed, shoulder to shoulder, right in front of him, can't make a play on him. On Warren, on a negative 3-yard pass that turns into a first down. Over and over again. And Marlon's going on his podcast saying, I'm playing bad right now. I need to step it up. Then do it. Stop talking about it and go practice. I mean, I don't. That was so annoying. Oh my God. I got to play better at the end of the games. Well, cool. You going to do something about it or keep podcasting? I mean, I don't mind that you podcast, but go put the work in or something. But I'm done with him. But anyway, I'm sorry to keep interrupting. This defense really got me. I was so pissed last night.
This defense, I think this Baltimore Ravens defense, well, everyone is blaming Lamar right now for the loss as a team, not just Lamar. He tried so hard to win. His team let him down. I mean, Judy.
For the second straight year? Judy Harris, for the second straight year, his team lets him down.
You're not wrong. I mean, he put the team in position to win the game. We couldn't do it. But to go back to this defense, listen, it needs a cultural reset fast. Like we were to go from defensive prosperity in 2023 with Mike Mack, and I'm not even going to go into Mike Mack because y'all know how I feel about my dog. Good luck,
Mike. I root for you.
Good luck in the playoffs. Number 1 seed, Seattle Seahawks. Good luck.
I might buy a Seahawks jersey.
But you go from defensive prosperity. You're a triple crown defense in 2023, and you fall off the face of the earth these past 2 years defensively. No one is scared of you. They will go for it on 4th down because they don't feel like you can stop them. Teams just start the game airing out the football against you. They feel like they don't even need to establish the run. They just start airing it out because they don't feel like you can stop them. Yeah. Like that. Like have you guys realized that? Like teams will quite literally start the game airing out the football against this Baltimore Ravens defense. They don't even need to. The run comes second.
I don't think I've ever watched
the pass comes first against this Baltimore Ravens defense.
Exactly. I don't think I've watched the Baltimore defense and just not trusted them like I have this season. I don't expect them to get any stops in some of these games. I have no faith in some of these games.
It's hard to trust them, man. I mean, and they know they have to play better. They know they have to play better. They know the tackling needs to be better. They know the execution on coverage needs to be better. They know the man coverage needs to be better. They know the defensive stunts they know these things need to be better. They just aren't doing it. And I don't know if it's personnel. I don't know if it's coaching. Maybe it's both. I don't know. But this Baltimore Ravens defense, no one is scared of right now. So you need a cultural reset badly. It starts with the trenches, and then you build back from there. Because starting from the top, we don't need another safety. We don't need to draft another safety in the first round. The Baltimore Ravens have the 14th pick in the 2026 NFL draft.
Trade it. Go get Max Crosby. Go get somebody.
You need to do something because it is just abysmal the way this team has carried defensively. Like, and you can't even say that they turned it around because they just played not great teams.
Yeah.
Just call it what it is. They didn't play great teams during that quote unquote turnaround defensively. They just did.
I was wrong. We were maybe you were. I definitely was. I was fooled. I thought they were turning a corner.
They were not turning a corner.
And then Thanksgiving comes around when we're done beating the Browns and the Jets, and we get absolutely exposed on the national stage at home
to a
who hadn't played since September.
To a Higginless, just coming back Joe Burrow Bengals team. We got exposed.
32-14. And
I said, come on, man. And that was a bad game all around because we couldn't beat a bottom 5 defense and we couldn't outplay a T. Higgins-less, just Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow-led Bengals team. Like, this team was not ready offensively, defensively. There's so many things that has to turn around this next year. So many things. It starts from, and this season, and I keep saying this, I've repeated this time and time again. This team, you have to look at every single aspect of the Baltimore Ravens for why this season was a failure. You have to look at management. You have to look at coaching, and you damn sure have to look at players. You have to look at all 3 phases. All 3 phases failed this team this year. You have to look at it like that. From the players, execution, whether you're Lamar Jackson, whether you're Roquan Smith, whether you're Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews, Marlon Humphrey, I don't care what your name is. Execution, there was a lack of this year from everyone. No one is not held accountable for how the players played this year. That's a fact. You look at coaching. There were a lot of bad coaching calls this year. A lot of bad, okay? Like, you kept Keaton Mitchell on the bench for the first 6 to 7 weeks. I don't know why the hell you do that. So you bench Keaton Mitchell. Cooper Rush has a stinker. You still let Cooper Rush come back and play the next game to have another stinker.
Well, you signed him in the first place. You probably should have.
You signed him.
I don't know why they let Tyler Huntley walk in the first place.
Right, perfect backup. And then you don't put Tyler Huntley in until the last game of Lamar's absence, which he leads the Ravens to victory, by the way. Thank you, Huntley, for that. So, I mean, it's just so many questionable coaching calls, man. I don't care which coach it was, from Harbaugh, Monken, or Warhop, our offensive line coach, our special teams coach. I don't care who you are. Chris Horton. Dude, every coach needs to look themselves in the mirror this offseason. Every single coach, right? And then we get to management. Eric DaCosta, I'm looking right at you. You have to take some accountability for this season, my boy. I'm sorry. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at Matabike go down in week 2.
Keep ranting. I'm still here. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
I see Matabike go down in week 2 of the NFL regular season. And I don't see anything you've done to try to give that production back to Baltimore. Like, I don't see you do anything. You bring in Alohi Gilman, you trade away Odafe Owe, which I get because he didn't have any sacks. He wasn't having the year he wanted to have. He goes to LA. He gets like 6-7 sacks in his tenure with LA. Like, he sacked Mahomes for the first time in his career. So, dude, like, I'm just looking at this stuff. You bring in Alohi Gilman to bring Kyle Hamilton down to the box, which helped, but it only could do so much. And I kept saying, how many times, Gons, did I come into this podcast and say, if the game plan was Kyle Hamilton save us by putting him in every defensive position on the field, it wasn't going to work. It wasn't. They put him at edge rusher. He was at middle linebacker. He was at nickel, corner, safety. Like, they put him at 6-7 different positions. I see that, Jordan, 6-7. They put him at like multiple different positions, and you can't just rely on Kyle Hamilton, bro. I needed people to understand Kyle Hamilton playing all those positions while it is great, he shows off his versatility. That was not a good thing. He played those positions because we lacked in every single position. That's why he played them. And then what happens yesterday? Friendly fire, he goes out the game with a concussion, and our defense just falls all the way apart without him. That is scary. That is mad scary. You telling me I know he's an all-world, all-pro safety. Don't get it twisted. Obviously, if you're going to miss anybody of that caliber, it's going to hurt. But damn, we fall apart that bad? We fall apart that badly when he goes down? That is unacceptable. You're telling me nobody else can step up when the game is on the line, when the season is on the line?
One stop.
One stop.
Turnover.
You can't get one stop? Like, come on, man. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's play calling, it's execution, like you said. They play scared. They play not to lose. That's how the Baltimore Ravens play defense. They play with their backs against the wall. Every time. They're just acting like they're trying not to make who's going to be the first one on this defense to make a mistake? Hope it's not me. That's how they play on defense at the end of games.
They have to start.
Mentality has got to be shifted. Mike McDonald's defense, they attacked and they got stops. For this team, for the Baltimore Ravens under John Harbaugh, the Ravens were finishing games and getting stops in 2023.
They were.
It's a culture thing. It's a philosophy thing. Philosophical thing.
Yeah. They were. This defense needs a culture change going into next year.
And if they do not choose to move on from Harbaugh, which I personally think that's a mistake, they need to, but there is a very, very realistic possibility that they don't. They must move on from Orr. If this is the same coaching staff that they're going to run it back with next year, you might as well just throw in the towel.
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of players you get in free agency. If you have the same play calling and culture and mind shift, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Because it doesn't matter what kind of players they had in on this defense. It's the same results every year, every season. They had Jair Alexander early on. That didn't work out. They were still blowing leads. I mean, it's a culture thing. And I'm a little concerned to see what's going to happen with this team. And I'm not expecting any moves to be made anytime soon with the coaching staff because I know they got to consider a lot. Bisciotti, DeCosta, Harbaugh, they got to talk. So I'm thinking if there were moves, it's probably going to be a few weeks. So I know we had a lot of people get fired today. Not a lot, but a couple. Pete Carroll, the Cardinals coach, Atlanta's coach. There were a few moves. If Harbaugh does move on, if the Ravens move on from him, it's not happening anytime soon. They got to have a lot of discussions first. And I think I heard they're going to possibly include the players in some of these decisions. So we'll see what Bisciotti has up his sleeve. But I think, and I don't want to I know we've completely went off the rails. And we'll make a video on this topic for sure in the future. Or maybe another live stream so we can chat with you guys again. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah, I think it's time. I know everyone is calling for Harbaugh's job. I think Harbaugh is still going to stay here. I think he's going to address the team pretty soon for the end of the season press conference, along with most likely DeCosta will probably be at his side. And yeah, so if he's doing an end of the year presser, he's here to stay. So if anything, they most likely shake up the coordinators, but yeah, they're going to need to shake them up. Because
if they shake up the coordinators, he's definitely staying. If we get coordinator firing, then Harbaugh's here.
Yeah, and they need to go outside of the organization for coordinators. Like I don't want any internal promotions. They need to go outside of the organization.
I really want them to get a younger. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something. We'll see. I'm not going to say anything.
I mean, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen, right? It's the NFL. Anything can happen. But
I think we need a young defensive mindset because I'm tired. We need a defensive coach because I'm tired of lackluster defense. I really am. I think it's time to get a defensive mastermind and make him your head coach. But anyway, we have completely spiraled out of control. This game was terrible. It was just absolutely devastating end of the season. I really wasn't that upset, but a lot of Ravens fans were. But even so, just looking at Tyler Luke miss the field goal was very devastating. We would have liked him to make the field goal and get a home playoff game. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. The season was not meant to be. The Ravens were not meant to be in 2025. Maybe in 2026 they can get things figured out. But as of now, we are done with Ravens football, and we are in off-season mode. Playoffs, we don't have to stress. I'll get to cheer on Mike McDonald's Seahawks. Shout out for them for being the number one seed of the NFC. Go win the bowl. Go do it and make us look stupid as Ravens fans for letting you go. But anyway, Dom, you got any last thing before we go ahead and close out? This has been a long show. It's been a nice little therapy session where we got to air out a lot of concerns. I had to get that ran off against that Ravens defense because they are so frustratingly poor and pathetic and disgraceful. I mean, if Ray Lewis and Ed Reed were talking to this team, I would be absolutely mortified if I was on the Ravens defense, knowing what they've done and what we're doing now. It's disgraceful. But anyway, any last little nuggets you want to offer?
No, man. Disappointing season, man. Players, they cleaned out their lockers today, which sucked to see. But yeah, so they're pretty upset about it. But yeah, man, sucks the season. But thank you to all the subscribers who sat down with us and heard us rant through the good and the bad throughout the year. It's pretty dope, to go out of this year. Jordan, I doubt Seahawks finna beat the Rams again. I mean, I don't know, Jordan. Both teams, I mean, it's a pretty good matchup. I don't know who wins it, but I'll be rooting for Mike Mack either way. Thanks, Jordan. Definitely
sounds good. Yeah, I think we'll do some live streams again, just to have some conversations about this offseason stuff because we do need to break it down. Got to have conversations, in-depth conversations on some of these Ravens players. Who should they get back? Who should they get rid of? Who should they target? What are some possible solutions? But as of now, we can just sulk in this loss for a little bit longer. I'm moving on. I'm good. This team has just not been good enough this year, and it's a fitting end for a disappointing season. They underperform, and it's disappointing. But I will give them a small amount of credit for coming back from 1-5 and making the rest of the season not just waste of time and irrelevant. So at least they were able to do that a little bit. But as of that, it's just not good enough for this standard, especially with this quarterback that we have and the aspirations we've got. But hopefully they make the necessary changes and we get back into the playoff race in the future. But anyway, we got another comment. The Ravens need to clean house and start over because this happened every year for the last 3 years. Thank you. Appreciate that, Judy Harris. I really enjoyed your show. And yeah, you're absolutely right. The last 3 seasons have been chokes in the biggest moments. 2023, 2024, and now 2025. It's terrible. It's embarrassing. This is just not a mentally tough football team, and we need to try to get that back because that's what our old Super Bowl team had. We were a mentally sound football team going into Denver, going into New England, and beating Jim Harbaugh's 49ers in the Super Bowl when the odds were stacked against us. Limping into the playoffs, we've got to get that mojo back. We have to, or we're not going to do anything. But anyway, thanks for tuning in with you guys. We appreciate you, and we appreciate chatting with you. We had a great time. So we'll be back soon. To talk Ravens off season. A little bit earlier this year than last year, but it is what it is. If you don't play well, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm not upset about it. I mean, I'm disappointed, but you all know what I mean. We'll see you then. This is Gons, and that's Dom. We're signing out. But it's always bleeding purple from here, right? Go Ravens.